Hi Leo, welcome to Maddie Tarot. I'm Maddie, and today we're going to be doing a collective reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements for the month of September. So keep in mind that this is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone from front to back. Take what resonates and leave the rest. You may need to swap roles and check your other placements because your messages may be there. Now, I've already cleansed your space, cleansed the cards, pre-shuffled. I've meditated on the collective conscious of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, okay? So, let's see what Leo needs to know. Messages for Leo. What does Leo need to know? What does Leo need to know? Messages for Leo for their greatest good. Love messages for Leo. What does Leo need to know? Alrighty. One more. Leo, you got the Knave of Swords, Page of Swords, the Emperor, the Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, Death, the King of Swords, the World, Ten of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Knave of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. Your challenge: the Six of Swords, and your person on your mind's energy. Strength, the Hierophant, and the Three of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, you got the Three of Swords. Okay. So, Leo, what I'm getting here is there's something that's not being talked about. And maybe you are just trying to be optimistic. But, you know, there is such a thing as toxic positivity. We need to address the issues in our life, but not dwell in the sadness of them. Feelings are temporary, they pass through. So what I'm getting here mainly is that it's not that you are, how do I say? I'm not saying you're toxic, but I feel like you're suppressing things that you should be addressing. This is in regard to communication, surrounding feelings. This is in regard to new opportunities to maybe stop behavioral patterns or certain things that continue. This is getting real with yourself, you know, bringing your mind along the journey of your heart, bringing your heart along the journey of your mind. This is in regard to a sense of belonging, feeling welcomed in a connection. This is a long-standing connection, it seems like. For those of you that are in a connection, it is about doing the necessary work to bring balance and harmony back. Not necessarily balance and harmony, but to bring reality back to the connection. A sense of connection back to the connection. For those of you not in a connection, this is in regard to being real with the other person. because I think there's a lot of potential here. Okay, so let's clarify. Let's start with the Knave of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. We're going to clarify. Clarify the Page of Swords for me. Clarified the Page of Swords. Let's see. Clarified by the High Priestess. The Emperor. Clarify the Emperor for me. Clarify the Emperor. The Three of Wands. Clarify Ace of Pentacles. Clarify the Ace of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Clarify the Sun. The Six of Wands. Clarify Death. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So, the Knave of Swords. This is a message. Maybe somebody's got something to tell you, or you've got something to tell somebody. Maybe you've been drafting a letter. Maybe this is some sort of correspondence you have in your notes that you've been going over. Maybe this is a journal entry. It could be a variety of things, but it has to do with a deeper sense of knowing something from your higher self. It also has to do with subconscious and maybe unconscious programming here. You are needing to communicate something. There's an issue, an internal issue that you are not communicating, that you could use some support on, and your higher self knows not to beat yourself up for it, but also you keep yourself in this energy of, how do you say, not getting the support you need because you're not communicating it. The Emperor here talks about suppressing emotions. It's also stability. So you're trying to keep it stable, keep it cute, you're trying to keep it all together. Because you're looking forward, you've got a lot to look, like Three of Wands talks about waiting for your ships to come in. You're waiting for the good to happen. You're waiting for this person to see your pain. You're waiting for someone to finally look at you and be like, you know what, you're going through a lot. I could see that, and I'm going to be here for you. But, like, you got to ask for it, Leo. You got to ask for it. You can't always be this stable, hard as nails ruler. You're human, too. Okay? You've got to communicate your needs. The Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities. Every second's a new opportunity. Page of Pentacles, manifesting. Manifesting meaning you've got to create it. You've got to seize that new opportunity. Take an actionable step forward. Stop seeing it as a weakness to express yourself. Maybe your pride is getting in the way. That's the only way to move forward here. Six of Wands and the Sun. Six of Wands talks about recognition, but it also talks about pride. So you're not getting that recognition you're wanting because maybe your pride's standing in the way. You want this happiness and you're focusing on it, but remember I was saying there's such a thing as toxic positivity. It's like you can't be too prideful to feel low or feel bad or feel sorry or feel regretful, remorseful, whatever it is. You can't be too prideful, or else you'll never get that true happiness. You got to let these feelings pass through you. Six of Wands talks about recognition. Recognize those things within yourself. You will get and then speak about them as well. You'll get that recognition. Transformation here, death, spiritual transformation, and the Wheel of Fortune, fate, destiny, and also the wheel talks about divine timing. It's like it's about time. Things happen. I'm sorry. The message I'm getting here is about instant gratification. It's like you can't just these things don't happen overnight. Sometimes you have to be patient. Sometimes you have to wait for your ships to come in. As I was saying earlier, Three of Wands. This transformation is gradual. It is something that is fated. Whatever is going on in your life at this time, it's fated. If this is with a connection, you understand that there are ups and downs, and maybe you're being too logical. King of Swords here. Okay, well, we're going to clarify these. So, clarify the King of Swords, the Hierophant. clarify the world. The Ten of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, clarify the Ten of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, clarify the Lovers. The Eight of Wands, clarify the Knave of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. The Four of Swords. Okay, so the King of Swords here, maybe you're being too logical, you're not letting your heart in, and you're reasoning and logic everything away. You think, the Hierophant talks about knowledge, you think you know it all. I'm sorry, I don't mean that in a bad way, but you don't have all the answers. Sometimes other people's opinions do hold weight in our lives. Sometimes we need to release some of the control we have, some of the power we have, stop the power struggles. We understand we don't know everything. Our brain is a liar. Our brain will lie to us. Our brain will tell us things, and we say we know, but really what we're doing is we're closing all the other doors to all the other opportunities. We're focusing on one path. Okay, don't know why the video cut out, but it just stopped. So where was that? You don't know everything. What you're doing when you look at one path, you're cutting off all the other opportunities. You're telling the universe you know more than the infinite universe. You're cutting off all the infinite possibilities because you're limiting yourself to only seeing one or two or three. But either way, you don't know at all. So, I mean, like, drop the logic. Understand your brain is a liar. Allow faith, allow intuition to happen, okay? The World, it's about a sense of belonging, a sense of achievement, and the Ten of Wands. You may feel like you're unsupported and like you are being, like you're burnt out, like you feel, you know, this is an uphill battle, this is never ending, I'm feeling burnout, I'm feeling struggle, I'm feeling like this is a big burden, because you don't feel like you are achieving anything, you don't feel like you're belonging, you don't feel like you're successful. You're not allowing yourself to be. Like I'm saying, you're closing off these doors and opportunities within this connection, within this situation, because you're just being too logical about it. The Ten of Pentacles talks about stability and roots, legacy, long-term commitment. The Four of Pentacles. This is a selfish energy. You may be too focused on the woe is me aspects of things. Maybe you're too focused on material gain. It's like a hoarding energy. Maybe you're too much hoarding of your resources. And this doesn't even need to be material, but it can be like your emotional and psychological resources. Like you hoard these things, like because you're afraid, like if I let go of this control or of this power, I might not get what I want. I might lose control. We cast this net out, but the net only exists in our heads. So when we cast this net of control out over everything and things start to fall apart, inevitably as they do sometimes, and you're like, your anxiety goes through the roof, your worry goes through the roof, because it's like, I had a net over all of this stuff, but really you didn't. That was just in your mind. That doesn't exist in the real world. You can't control. You can only control yourself and the way you react. And I'm sorry, not react, the way you respond. Reacting is an emotional reaction. Responding is taming the emotion and choosing to respond in a way that coincides with your goals, with your intentions. So even though you may think you're a logical, reasonable person, you're still making emotional. Neuroscience proves every decision humans make is an emotional one. And people who think they're logical and use reason and logic really are just making an emotional decision at the turning point of the decision, and then quick to justify it with their logic and reason to the means they're able to justify it, you know? So we're all emotional creatures, and you can't cast this net of control out is what I'm saying, because it doesn't actually exist there. And you need to realize that your emotions are still running you. So taming them would be wise. Okay, we've got the Lovers here and the Eight of Wands. So there is a sudden change and movement that will take place once this balance is restored. And you can restore this balance by speaking on it, okay? Then we've also got the Knave of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. So manifesting, taking that action, taking that first step toward a new opportunity there. That the Four of Swords here. You've been resting. This is a resting period that you've been in. But it's time to take action. Okay? You can't just sit there and wait and wait and wait and wait and not say anything. You got to tell people how you're feeling, what you want, what you're looking for, and see if they give them the opportunity to show up for you and to do that, okay? Your challenge here, the Six of Swords, it's lessons. Your challenge is transitions, moving on, learning lessons. So take this as a lesson, you know. You need to speak up and maybe release some of this control that you've been unnecessarily holding on to. You know, what does it cost you to believe the things you believe? What is it costing you to believe that you're able to control these things and then getting upset about them when you realize you can't? Okay, that's your challenge here right now, Leo. This is clarified by the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a soul connection, bond, tie, soul ties with a person. It's also nostalgia. You may think back to times when things were different, and you know, look from that time to now, and look at the role you played. What can you change? How can you show up differently and to garner different results? You know, everyone's playing a role in the play. And everyone's role in the play will change when you change your role in the play, because they will no longer have that position to play. You see what I mean? You change the whole script of the play when you change your role. And everyone else falls into line. And if they don't fall into line, they're not meant to be in your life. Now, this is not to say to be controlling and overbearing and telling people what to do. It's accepting people for who they are. You show up differently. Watch how they then show up and deciding if you like that or not. You know, make sure you're communicating, though, throughout this. That's very important. Your person's energy is the Strength, the Hierophant, and the Three of Wands. Your person's energy, they want to be there for you. They want to know you. They want to commit to you. This person sees a future with you. They are, in a sense, waiting for you. They probably feel disconnected from you, too. And they're remaining strong through this. They have, how do I say, they may be putting on a strong face too. You know, I'm getting the message that you and them feel the same deep down. There may be arguments that go on here that are surface level, and that's not the real root of the issue. At the root of the issue, if you remove all the mess and look at the emotions behind, you both, I guarantee you, feel exactly the same, just for different reasons. And when you can uncover that, that's your connection point. That's your point of, how do you say, that's where you guys meet and you're like, okay, whoa, we feel the same. Now, how can we show up differently for each other and for ourselves? And where can we tweak the communication around this in order to get, you know, to the bottom of things? The moon here, there's illusions going on. There's illusions and insecurities going on. And, you know, the darkness of them, things look different in the night. And when the sun comes out, it's giving that your pride is not letting the sun come out for real, as I was saying earlier. When the sun comes out, things look completely different. Things that were so scary before don't seem as bad. So the moon here, there's a need to pierce through the illusions and to see things for what they are. Look at that, the sun coming out. Ooh, and it's clarifying the Hierophant. The Hierophant, this person wants to commit to you, and they want to know you, and they want happiness with you. Okay. They see you as a vital part of their future. Three of Wands they're looking at the big picture and sticking this out and waiting, you know, to get back on the same page with you. And I think you both are doing this. You both are waiting. It's you know, be the change you want to see, Leo. So speak up. This is clarified by the King of Pentacles and the Devil. So Yeah, this person's really stable, reliable connection for you, but there's toxic patterns here of non-communication, of illusions, of insecurities, of control, power struggle that are going on that are keeping you guys from getting to the root of the issue. What you don't see coming, or at the bottom of the deck, is the Three of Swords. There's heartbreak that needs to be addressed here. The King of Wands. Yes. Bold decisions, taking action, looking at the bigger picture, making a plan, having that fiery passion restored. Once you address the root of the issue, the Three of Swords, the heart, the thing that's been hurting the most. So get really honest with yourself, Leo, okay? And communicate it in an effective way that is not demanding and that is not critical. You know, stick with I statements. Stick with finding the connection point. Leave out the blame and the shame. Leave out the woe is me. And find that connection point with your person, because they truly are in this with you and they feel the same, okay? Inner guidance messages. Sex. I think this has been affecting your sex life. Success. Feel it. You're not feeling it. You're not letting yourself feel. Who is aware? There's the moon. And let go of the story. Okay. Yeah. You've got a negative story you tell yourself. You need to let go of that story. Tell yourself the positive story. Just like I was saying with the play, everyone plays a part in the play. Once you change your story, you change the whole play. There's always a protagonist and an antagonist, and both have an equal part. Without one, there wouldn't be the other. Without one, there would not be the meaning. So the antagonist plays just as much of a role, and this whole blame, shame thing, or woe is me, or the finger-pointing thing you're doing, saying like, well, this is the reason I feel this way, this is the reason I feel this way, and like I'm doing everything I can, and like these people aren't doing it. No. Let go of that story. You change your role. Allow yourself to feel it. Feel your feelings, express your feelings, communicate them. Change your role in the play, the whole play changes. Who is aware? Are you aware of what's actually going on here? Or have you been, you know, doing, deflecting? Have you been deflecting? Okay. Your success, I'm sorry, this is definitely affecting your sex life, and it's giving that once this is addressed and you guys can find this connection point again, that commitment, the commitment's there, but like the intimacy will be restored, okay? This will be successful if you're able to go inward and address these pain points from an honest, heartfelt place. Like I said earlier, you bring your mind along the journey of your heart, and you bring your heart along the journey of your mind. Because ultimately we are emotional creatures with logic and reasoning. However, both need to work in tandem, okay? So that is the messages I'm getting for you today, Leo. I hope that helped. Thank you.
Bruh.